Right. Hello. I'm Paul. On the other screen is Gill from Touchstone Growth. We thought Gill and I have worked together for absolutely years. Gill, I was in an agency where Gill helped me do some business development. Subsequently, I've recommended Gill into other clients of mine, and they use her for her business development. And we talk on a regular basis. And we thought, as a bit of a lark, we'd record what we're talking about and share it out to people to help them with their thinking when they're in these weird times. So the first thing, Jill and I were chatting about this the other day, and we thought we'd sort of start with Jill. The people I'm talking to at the moment in agencies are genuinely concerned and saying to me, should we be doing business development? I'm sure you have a view. What's your view on that?
If they can, they should. And I can't stand in everyone's shoes and say, whether they can afford to do it, what's happening in their business. I can only speak from what's happened to us over the last few months, which is at the beginning, everyone, they fell into different categories. We had the ones that had to stop immediately. We've had clients that just want to carry on. And I think for the ones that carried on, what we're finding is it was a good decision. We are still setting up, albeit virtual meetings, we're still setting up introductions for our clients.
Wow. Okay. And are you finding any additional barriers to those sort of setting up of those meetings, or what's working well in terms of that ringing up people and talking to them about setting up those sorts of meetings?
I think what we realized really early on was that we needed to acknowledge COVID-19 when we made calls, that we needed to acknowledge that life has changed, that we're all working in a very different way, that we're all working from home. And actually what we found is that senior people that were calling are a little bit more relaxed because they're at home. We've had the dog barking in the background, the kid entering the room in the middle of a call. The calls are, I want to say, a little bit more intimate, and people are a little more open, and they're happy to have an exploratory call. And what we think is those relationships forged now, what we hope is that they will lead to something when people start buying again. And now, sitting here in May, we are getting clients winning briefs on the back of those initial Zoom, Microsoft Teams, however they're doing it.
Okay, that's brilliant. And what if I was an agency head thinking, gosh, should I invest some of my even more scarce resource on business development? What sorts of things do you think I should be investing in? What's the approach that you would be recommending? Obviously, allowing for my different businesses.
I mean, I think it's about looking at where do your warmer contacts sit. Are you in touch with your current clients, just to say, well, Paul, I'm sure you're doing this. Yeah. You're checking in with your current clients. They might have stopped right now, but aren't you checking in with them?
Yeah. Yes, that's all I seem to be doing at the moment.
But that puts you in a good place for when things pick up again. And I think it's really important to look at who maybe stopped, but let's just keep in touch with them. Who was warm and maybe they're not going to be ready to move forward right now, but let's see if I can help them, talk to them. Yeah. And then look at the ones that actually might be in a sector where they will be still making money and they want to still be making money in 6-9 months' time. Think about the ones that have an internal resource, but maybe they furloughed them, but they've got a little bit of budget. We have had that happen where they've had to furlough staff, but they've got a little bit of budget. And then we've taken a view, maybe we can't go for the kind of budgets we would normally go for, but let's help them out. Yeah. It helps both of us. So I think it's just about being helpful, being understanding.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, I think that's my experiences of with my own business, but also the clients that I work with that have continued with the client engagement, continued with the business development. There is definitely there's money in their hills. You have to kind of go looking for it a bit more sensitively. A client of mine won a big big £85,000 piece of work last week from a company that works in the digital space. So to your point about looking for the right sectors or the right areas is probably a really good tip. And I'm really interested in what you were saying about it's not just with new clients. This is something you could be doing with existing clients or lapsed clients or people where your relationship isn't necessarily day to day very connected. Is that something that is there a difference between going out for the new clients and the existing clients?
I think obviously the existing clients, you've got a rapport, you know them well. And I think your conversation can be much more about, hey, how's it going? Is there anything we can do to help? Whether it's just a piece of advice, not looking for money, or if you've got a little bit of budget, we're happy to just help you out and do a little bit of work. Because I think we all need to recognize, I can't sit here and say, well, you know, your budget's your budget and you've got to spend it with me. I think it's about really being understanding. We're all going to take a hit in this world. But, you know, for those, you know, we all want to be there afterwards. So you have to take a bit of a view. And, you know, if you're in BD, I think you genuinely do care about your clients. You know, my business is my brand. You're your brand. You want to be helpful.
Okay. Well, look, that's Gill. I hope that's been helpful to anybody who watches this. Thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
Always a pleasure. Talk soon.
Bye.